We're on a mushroom hunt. So this morning, Kaylin and I walked up to the neighbor's house to help out in the garden just for a little bit. And as we walked by, we passed this wood pile here. And we saw a very interesting phenomenon. Anyway, that I wanted to share because there's a real lesson book here. There are 3 different types of fungus, mushrooms, here on this wood that I wanted to show you. And 2 of them are not medicinal, and 1 of them is very medicinal. So let's talk first about the real McCoy. Okay, right here on this one log, you have 2 of the species that I'm talking about. And 1 is true turkey tail, and 1 is false turkey tail. And just look at it a minute and tell me if you know which is which. But I'm going to tell you. This one right here is the first one I'm going to talk about. This is true turkey tail mushroom. Now, it's known as Trametes versicolor. It's what's called a polypore, which means it doesn't have gills on the underside. It has pores. True turkey tail is very excellent to help detoxify the body. It's what's called an immune modulator. In other words, if your immune system is overactive, it helps to calm it down. It helps to subdue, to calm pro-inflammatory cytokine release. In those cytokines, if you're familiar with what's going on with the COVID virus, it's cytokine storm that's killing a lot of the people. And the turkey tail helps to calm that cytokine release. It is very velvety on the surface. Now, there's another false turkey tail that's almost hairy on the surface, and that's the way you know. This one is velvety. It's very leathery. It's kind of thin. When it's fresh, I'll pull one off here and show you. You can see the underneath is very white. The pores are extremely close together, so it almost looks smooth on the bottom, but if you get like a magnifying glass, you can see the actual pores, but it's almost smooth. And I know my camera wouldn't focus on it that close, but at any rate, if you get a magnifying glass and look at it, you can see that it's almost smooth, and it really looks like a turkey tail. Now, you'll see all kinds of colors. You'll even see some blue colors sometimes in these. There's a lot of variety. Sometimes they grow in like round rosettes or rings instead of just in shelves like this, but they often grow in shelves like this, but sometimes they're in actual whorls. Now, as they age, the underside, the pore surface, can actually turn kind of tannish, light brown in color. And they're still usable, but it's best to use them. I make a tincture out of them. It's best to use them while they're fresh. But at any rate, that is the true turkey tail. And this is the false turkey tail. False turkey tail is actually not a polypore mushroom, even though it may look like it. Polypore means it doesn't have gills, it has pores on the undersurface, but the false turkey tail is actually smooth on the underside, and that's because it does not have pores. This is actually a crust fungus. But you can see how similar it looks to the true turkey tail, and they're right here on the same log. So, you know, if you see a log or something, if you're looking for mushrooms and stuff or fungus, and you see these, keep looking, because it doesn't mean that the truth is not there. And there's a real good moral lesson in that. So this is the false turkey tail. Again, it's not a polypore, it's a crust fungus, and it's almost like a petal. And then you can see the underside is almost a rusty brownish color, and it tends to stick up almost like a leaf out of the surface, the log. Okay, we'll go over here and we'll look at the third one. Now that also looks like turkey tail, doesn't it? But it isn't. This is called violet-toothed polypore, and you can see just on the edges there, it's kind of a violet color. And I have found this to be fairly common, and you can see here, can you see the pores? And you see how they're violet colored? Many people mistake this for true turkey tail, but it is not. Again, it's easier to tell these when they're fresh, and these are more fresh because we just had rain. But once they age, it's a little bit more difficult. The violet tooth is still fairly easy to tell because of the violet color. But each of these has its place in nature. But the true turkey tail is a powerhouse medicinally. So if you need an immune modulator, in other words, if your immune system is overactive, the turkey tail will help to calm it, like an autoimmunity. If your immune system is underactive and you tend to need your immune system stimulated, turkey tail will stimulate it. It's also been shown to have very powerful anti-cancer properties. Can you guess which kind this is? That's false turkey tail. What about this one? Again, that's false turkey tail. And here, these, you see the violet? That is violet-toothed polypore, and I guarantee if we turn it over, yep, you can see. Can you guess which kind those are? Let's get a little closer and see. If you guessed true turkey tail, you're absolutely correct. And again, right here, you have true turkey tail. False turkey tail is just above it. And then if I pan over to here, you can see some true turkey tail in the foreground, and in the background you see false turkey tail. Now, I don't see immediately here any violet-toothed polypore, but I'm sure it's in here somewhere. So I am going to harvest some of this true turkey tail, and I will be making a tincture with pure organic cane alcohol and distilled water. That will be available in about 6 weeks. I did find the violet-toothed polypore on this same wood pile, so they're all three. So anywhere you see one of them, keep looking, because you'll probably find the other two. Another thing that I wanted to show you just real quick is this log. This is fresh turkey tail here, like this, and then this is the older. You can see how it's more tannish, and that's an older specimen there.